Now on Forward, not necessarily widely recognized, but ready for a boom. In St. Louis, tech is taking over.
I want to be part of, and I'd like the organization to be a part of, how we revitalize this.
How innovation is being shaped here, while proving the industry isn't just for the world's biggest cities.
We have unique strengths that can make us the best place in the world.
I think it's time to move forward.
We should take pride in the whole area.
I just feel like this is our time.
This is First Alert Forward.
Sitting along I-270 is one of St. Louis's most important assets. Worldwide Technology has grown into one of the largest tech companies in the United States. It employs thousands here in the region and around the world, and it's the largest Black-owned company in the U.S. Those are the facts many people in St. Louis may not realize, but they underscore how big of a tech player the St. Louis region has become on the global stage. Our Nathan Vickers explains how St. Louis is moving the world forward with its tech innovation.
The former Post-Dispatch building was once the information hub that connected St. Louis to the world. You can still see the remnants of its printing operations in the building today. In many ways, the building's operation is still the same, now part of the center of the region's growing tech workforce. Tonight on First Alert Forward, we're looking at the transition of the building from a newspaper headquarters to an office space for geospatial and financial technology companies, bringing foot traffic downtown, building collaboration to emerging industries, and helping to create, train, and keep talent in the region that's ready for tomorrow's workforce.
It was a decision that my future had to be bigger than my comfort zone.
A new chapter begins for Cassandra Britt.
It is proof that when opportunity meets preparation, lives truly change.
Britt's in her 30s, a single mom and a full-time job, now graduating from a program through a local nonprofit called Cybersecurity.
It's a good career to be helpful for me to just kind of help grow my career and just impact my life a little bit differently.
The program helped her earn a cybersecurity certification that should give her a leg up in her career, possibly a promotion at her current job or a new opportunity.
Right now, they want people that are skilled, that have something to offer when they immediately come in.
This is my favorite time of the year is graduations.
Tony Bryan runs the local nonprofit, which helps bridge gaps in skills and training for people entering IT and cybersecurity jobs.
Our mission is to ignite curiosity in students, develop pathways for individuals to get into careers, and transform those pathways for companies to show them how workforce can be reimagined with non-traditional students.
They just moved into new offices at the former Post-Dispatch building on North Tucker, one of several new tenants this year.
I want to be part of, and I'd like the organization to be a part of, how we revitalize this.
The downtown office environment continues to struggle, with a 28% vacancy rate, according to Cushman & Wakefield. But downtown North is emerging as a hub for tech and startups, which Bryan sees as part of a potential rebound.
And I think seeing the mayor also really challenge companies to get back into the downtown corridor. We have to come to the city. We have to be here in person. That helps spend money and creates taxes and revenue and excitement and just enthusiasm for the market, and we want to be part of that.
The building originally belonged to the Globe Democrat newspaper until 1959, when Joseph Pulitzer III bought it as the new headquarters for the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. When the newspaper moved again in 2020, Jim McKelvey bought the building as offices for Block Inc., keeping much of its original character and history intact.
We want to be the conduit for people and information, just like the newspaper was.
Claire Anderson is the business development manager for the building and a former newspaper employee.
I like the historic roots, but it really feels like an energized place to work. It's always had that feeling for me, working here in the early 2000s, and today it still has that same effect.
The 8-story building has around 160,000 square feet of rentable space, in addition to large event and conference areas.
We're one of the few, big halls that can have over 800 people. That's becoming harder to find in downtown proper.
Besides Block, other tenants include Cartel, a local design firm, Congressman Wesley Bell's office, and several smaller geospatial and tech companies, as well as nonprofits. Anderson still sees it as a place that connects the St. Louis region.
People in St. Louis love information, and they want to gather it, collect it, analyze it. And so that's also a nod to some of the tenants that we're attracting here.
Another company, Scale AI, works with geospatial data and image recognition for the Department of Defense. The company just expanded into the building last fall.
This building really afforded us a very modern space that it gives a really good quality of life for our workforce. What's really great about downtown is that we're seeing it grow a lot now with more companies opening up offices downtown, and I think you're seeing, even within the Post building, more tech companies coming in.
AJ Siegel runs the St. Louis office, which employs more than 250 people, and he says the nature of the building and its growing list of tenants creates an important kind of ecosystem in the city.
I think what is really possible here is the idea of having a defense tech or even AI collaborative environment where something similar to what they have in Silicon Valley, where by being within close proximity together, you're almost encouraged, you almost have to collaborate.
Anderson believes that's a selling point for downtown St. Louis, as well as the region's affordability and quality of life.
We want you to know that this is a very low-risk market to start a business. This is a place that you can have your family. This is a place where you can also have fantastic educational resources.
But that also means improving perceptions about the city and creating an atmosphere of safety downtown.
Being safe when you come to the city is a top priority for folks, whether that be a St. Louis City game, a St. Louis Cardinals game, or a Blues game. You know, the comfort of knowing I could park my car in a place that's safe. I'm going to come back and it's going to be there. I'm not going to have any, interactions. Like, if we can't provide that fundamental thing, we have to start with that.
But Brian and others invested in the building believe the area is improving.
Finding great spaces that are safe, that provide a good, cost-effective way to office out of and collaborate is a win-win for not just the Post, but other buildings that we're lucky to have in our region.
The building and its occupants reflect the many changes that downtown has been through in the last century, and the direction of what tomorrow could look like.
I do feel like there's more training and more opportunities that are coming to St. Louis in general, and you just have to be persistent and just keep pushing, and it'll happen.
For many downtown, moving forward means embracing those changes.
Anyone could take anything away about downtown. They are serious down here about changing the narrative and bringing it back to be one of the best cities in the world.